There's lots of people at the park, and they can't find a parking spot, and she's like driving around and looking for one, and like they find one, but then this big truck swoops in and takes it. And he's driving. He rolls down the window and starts screaming racial slurs. And I was like, oh, all right. Well, I'm Jason.
And I'm Jules.
And
we doing filmographies.
It's a Jules pick today.
It is. Much to the chagrin of Jason, I think.
Man, he mentioned this way back when we did No Man's Land. He mentioned he had seen a movie, and I was like, or you mentioned a movie, and I said, have you seen that? He's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I hear it's bad. He's like, no, it's great. Okay. Jules, what is it?
It's The Wraith.
The Wraith with Charlie Sheen.
Yeah, buddy.
And the girl from Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
Sherilyn Fenn.
Here's a fun fact for you.
Well, I would like to say Sherilyn Fenn is like not in her final Pokemon form yet.
No.
Like she has blonde hair and it's not very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But then when she gets dark hair, man, she pops.
She turns it on.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. Move over, Rose McGowan. No, but check this out.
I'm here. I'm checking.
According to Charlie Sheen, when he was on Jay Leno's Garage show, I guess.
Why did he let him on there?
Because he's a real roadhog kind of guy.
But he's unhinged.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. All right, go ahead.
He said he shot this as a pit stop on the way to the Philippines to film Platoon.
Oh.
He said Oliver Stone actually went to the movies and saw The Wraith and called him angrily afterwards, saying this is going to fuck Platoon.
Nobody watched it, though, I don't think.
No.
I mean, I'm sure you'll tell me about a box office, but...
Oh, I'm going to. But because there was such a tight timing to film Platoon, Charlie Sheen's scenes were filmed in one day.
In this movie?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, he's on screen for less than 30 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That's really crazy. Oh, I wish you had known about this before you watched it this third or fourth time that you watched it.
Mm-hmm.
I would want to know that when I'm watching it. It would be very obvious if you had that information. But in my head, it doesn't seem like that at all.
It doesn't. Actually, you don't realize that he's actually not in much of the movie.
No.
And then you see him and you're like, oh, Jake's back.
It's because like there's the car and then he wears the helmet. So you're like, there he is.
And he's probably
11 years old.
Well, yeah, but no, I'm going to say he's probably the best actor in this movie.
Right. Although when he...
Or does the best acting in this movie. It's a different thing what he's doing. It's not what the rest of the movie's doing.
Man.
He looked good, though.
He did look good. But like when he actually has some dialogue towards the end, you're like, okay.
Well, and they did not know how to make this movie. Clint Howard's character, his name was Rughead.
Yeah.
And they gave him a wig that specifically that reminded everybody of Eraserhead.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a wig, though? I thought that was Clint Howard's hair.
No, it's a wig.
Is he probably already bald at this point?
Oh, I'd imagine. Yeah. He was bald when he was a kid. It felt like. Poor guy. Oh, so here we go. This one specifically, I think, is what your sister was talking about. Although listed as Plymouth Caravels in other notes, the cop cars and Loomis's cars are actually Dodge 600s. Caravels have a plain grill and 600s have the crosshair grill.
Okay.
I think she was saying that your mom used to drive a Caravel.
Yeah, I think it's...
She kept saying that?
I mean, she's like 4 or 5 years older than me, so she has memories I don't have.
Sure.
So I don't remember that.
No, absolutely. Oh, you don't remember her saying that or that?
No, I remember her saying that.
Oh, okay.
But I never got a good look at the car.
Speaking of cars, the Wraith car is the real-life Dodge M4S. It was a joint effort between Dodge and PPG Industries. This is a highly sophisticated PPG pace car that they used for the PPG Kart IndyCar World Series. The car cost $1.1 million to make, and they loaned it to the movie for a few things, but the majority of the time you see it driving, it's just a shell on a dune buggy.
Okay.
They had 2 of those, and then they just had ones that were empty shells. So when they drove through them, they could blow them up.
Huh. All right.
This movie had a budget of $2.7 million. I wonder how much of that went to loaning out that car.
I don't know. Maybe it wasn't that much. Well, maybe it's like a deal.
Because it has, like I said, it has the old Chrysler emblem on the front. And then later, I think it actually says Dodge in the window. When he gives it to his brother, all of a sudden it's branded now. It's de-wraithed, I guess.
Yeah.
It's kind of like his Crow, that car.
The car is the Crow?
Yeah. Crow's the car.
Okay.
And there was a skank in this movie.
That's true.
So there you go.
Yeah, this movie was very Crow-like.
What else do I have? The tagline is, he's not from around here.
You're not from around here.
But he is.
He is. Why don't you hit me with that synopsis?
What were you and my sister talking about me?
Actually, I don't even remember now. It's kind of drunk.
Yeah.
Surprisingly.
Because you could get drunk. You're sleeping on the couch.
Well, but I was only drinking 3 of these bad. Well, no, because we had a 99. Oh,
yeah.
99. What is it?
Tropical punch.
Fruit punch. 99. Fruit punch.
All right, here we go. We should make music together.
I don't like that shit. Hit me with that synopsis.
The Wraith. A small, sleepy New Mexico town is shaken up with the arrival of a mysterious phantom car, driven by what can only be described as a wraith. Coincidentally, the hearts of said town are equally shaken up and start a-throbbing with the arrival of the mysterious dirt bike riding Lothario beefcake, Jake Kesey, whose presence is in no way tied to the Wraith. Jake meets local hostage Carrie, who tries to flee with him but is instead cut off at the pass by her captor and local dickbag pedo, Packard Walsh, who leads a local gang of motorheads and grease monkeys hell-bent on forcefully procuring cars and parting them out for some reason that doesn't seem to be at all based on making money. Soon the Wraith starts racing the gang to death, making its way up to the head of the snake. Jake, meanwhile, just kind of mills around, himself mysteriously not at risk of the wrath of the Wraith.
So the Wraith just materializes. Well, the Interceptor does. The car, whatever it's called. The
After
Wraithmobile.
Traveling through a road sign, and melting it like cheese.
Man, that was something else, wasn't it?
I mean,
so yeah, he's the Wraith, and he's in a dope car, and he's got like leather. You know what he reminds me of?
Super Force,
Dark Side of the Sun.
Oh sure, yeah.
If he died, he did die.
We don't know.
Part 2.
Some of us can choose to believe that the sun healed him. He came out the other side,
or he just lives a super crispy life for the rest of his life.
Yeah,
don't touch me. Like the crow. He's got like braces on, and he's electric charged. And then we don't see him again for a little while.
You don't have any thoughts about why he's got this outfit in this car?
I do. And I'm trying to reconcile them because I never thought about it before, really. What is manifesting this guy? And for what reason? But not only that, what happens to the bodies?
Oh, of the people that die racing him?
Throughout the movie, every time he kills one of these gang members, at first we see him standing there and like a brace vanishes.
Yeah.
But then the next 3 times we see it, the brace is just on the ground and it flashes away. So it's like, what's going on? I mean, I get what's going on. Every time he kills a guy, he somehow, fixes himself or whatever. Because apparently he can just keep living after this, unlike the crow. He goes on to have a happy life, right?
Yeah, I guess. But he also he's fixing himself. He's fixed when he is just hanging out with everybody.
Well, and so that's confused the shit out of people watching the movie.
Yeah.
And the director later would be like, well, this is what it is. It's like, well, yeah, but it doesn't make sense how he can be himself, but also then must be the Wraith when he kills people.
And why does his Charlie Sheen body have the scars from the other body's murder?
Right, because he said, this is as close as I can get to myself. But so you kept the scars? It doesn't make any sense. Scars that nobody would know that you even had, really.
Scars make us who we are.
Because his brother doesn't recognize the scar pattern on his back when he's ogling him.
Well, it's not like his body was missing, too, right? For a while. They never even found the body.
I think
they declared him dead.
Yeah, they threw him in the water or something.
I thought they threw him
went
off
away.
one of those cliffs, but yeah, okay.
Off a cliff into the water, maybe.
Okay.
And then why have a super awesome car? The movie opens up, they're actually forcing a guy to race. And they steal his Daytona afterwards because Packard is the main bad guy, Nick Cassavetes, John Cassavetes' son.
Yeah, does he still do stuff?
He's been directing for a little bit.
Okay.
Billy, the younger brother, he actually went on to become a casting director.
Cool.
And he casted a fucking shit ton of movies you'd heard of.
Sleepers?
Maybe. No. So Packard and his gang, Rughead, Augie, Skank, pussy guy and sports guy.
So there's a guy in a Letterman coat. He looks kind of normal.
Yeah.
There's a guy with a mohawk and
Face paint
under one eye.
all over the place. It changes every time we see him.
He drinks brake fluid or something.
Brake fluid, carburetor fluid, any fluid he can get his hands on.
I'm tweaking, dude.
And he kind of...
And he's got a bitch.
He looks like a dumpy uncle. He doesn't even look like a cool guy.
Yeah.
It's like somebody's dumpy uncle came over and they did him up for the thing.
Yeah.
His bitch is junkyard brain damage guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, who's always got a dirty face.
Perry or something.
Oh, he sucks.
He does suck. Skank, we can't do these. He's the skank.
Yeah.
They should name him Skank.
Yeah.
And the other guy, slightly cooler Skank or something.
And then there's Clint Howard. Is there another person or two?
Yeah, Augie.
Oh, is Augie the one with the pirate?
He's like the I'm so frustrated with life kind of guy. They gotta cool him out. Kind of looks like that one guy, Josh Renfro, a little bit.
Brad Renfro?
Brad Renfro.
Is he the one that has like the shirt on top of his head and it looks like a pirate?
Maybe
Scarf?
at one point. I know. I think he's got on like a purple shirt with no sleeves and like a thing tied around him.
All right.
I think he's the first one to die.
Okay. So it's the least threatening group of people that could ever threaten you off the road.
They all feel not very old, but much older than Carrie and Jake and Billy especially.
They seem like they crawled out of a comic book. They do not seem like real people.
No, and it's even more farcical because this is a New Mexican town with a population of 4,000.
And all you really see is the burger stand.
The cop, I mean, they would just end it, right?
Yeah.
They would never be able to build an empire, I guess, as you could maybe say. And nobody, because Packard, he pulls out his knife on everybody. He's always got his knife out.
And we'll later find out he's already murdered somebody.
And he'll later cut himself severely.
To form a blood pact with a woman who doesn't want him.
Because that when you're in love, you just don't feel anything.
Body makes a promise.
You and me. We're like blood brothers.
Fuck. So Jake rolls up on his motorbike and he, happens to run into Sherilyn Fenn, who's coming out of her house dressed like a cowboy cheerleader. And he goes, hey, where's the quarry at? She goes, I'll take you there. And Packard rolls up like, hey, babe, who's this guy?
No.
You're mine. And they go to the quarry. Everybody's laying around on rocks.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen is just wearing like white trunks and he's laying on his stomach on the haunches of his elbow.
Yep.
On a beach towel.
Yep.
And all of a sudden, Billy rolls up. Hey, is this rock taken? Oh, no, man, whatever, bro. And he's got like a winter jacket on and, like he's, I don't know, got alopecia or something.
He's warming up and taking his clothes off around strangers. He thought that Charlie Sheen would make him feel safe.
And he sits down right next to him. He's like, oh, man, you're scarred up. He's like, yeah, totally. And then he looks over at Sherilyn Fenn and Billy's like, I wouldn't do that, bro, because pack attack. He's going to hack you.
Pack attack on hack attack?
He's on crack, too.
Oh, shit.
He needs help. And he goes, I don't care, man. So then all of a sudden, Charlie Sheen is now laying on his stomach on a inflatable raft.
Yeah, going down, not a river, the lowest stream you've ever seen in your life. Like, it
Maybe
seems like
4.5 feet wide.
Right, but can we talk about the depth? The depth, I feel like it's about seven inches of water.
Yeah. It's not even really deep enough to allow like weeds to grow, reeds or some shit, cattails, it's like.
When he like dips his hands in there to turn around and start pumping back the other way.
It's so precious.
Like, this is a puddle. You're in a puddle.
Yeah. So she rolls up and she's on a thing too, right? Which it's like, so they just sat there and blew these things up.
Yeah.
They're the only people because nobody else is tubing.
Well, maybe he borrowed it from that guy.
Billy.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And then she just always has one.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he manifested it through his Wraith capabilities.
Maybe he manifested too.
Yeah. And they're just rolling and they have to like paddle.
He's like, I need you to save Laura Palmer.
Can you imagine how wild it would have been to have filmed every scene that Charlie Sheen was in one day?
Yeah. He
goes through the full gamut of the movie while not at all being involved in the movie.
And that's fine. You don't have to be involved in this movie at all. You don't have to deal with any continuity or like getting your character right. Just look like Charlie Sheen and talk.
So for some reason, she loves him.
He's hot, right?
We don't know who he is, though.
Well, that doesn't have anything to do with him being hot. Charlie Sheen's a handsome man.
It doesn't, but he could be dangerous, you know?
Uh-huh.
She's already with the psychopath.
Right.
I mean, he seems like he's like at least 10 years older than she is. She's high school age. She's like 26, maybe. So Pac's not having it, but it also doesn't matter. So there's a burger joint where Billy works at. He's the only guy cooking.
Yeah.
And he's just in a fucking swampy haze of burger
smoke. It's all that griddle smoke. They have no hood vent system.
Yeah, he's going to have carcinoma.
He throws like 4 burgers on that griddle, and the whole room's filled with smoke.
Yeah, and they also serve chili and fries.
Maybe he should scrape some of that grease off the grill and it won't burn and smoke everywhere.
Yeah. Put some onions down, put the burgers on the onions, cut holes in the burger so it cooks through. That's what they do at White Castle.
Yeah. What's for steaming? Stop looking at my neighbor's window.
So Pac is threatening Billy. He just wants everybody's car. You know?
He's like a hungry little boy.
I need everybody's
like,
car.
I want the toys. The toys are all mine.
Randy Quaid is the sheriff. He probably filmed all of his scenes in one day, too.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to fuck around with this shit.
Doesn't he almost seem like he'd want to hang out because he's a little creepy?
Maybe. Did you guys ever hear about when I was working on National Lampoon?
Guys, you ever heard of a little picture called The Last Picture Show?
You know, I'm better than my brother.
Yeah.
The Wraith starts racing the gang.
Uh-huh.
Because they're like, you lose the race, you lose your car.
Yeah.
Remember he keeps saying that?
Yep.
And the Wraith kills Augie, just decimates him.
Mm-hmm.
He's racing, it's close, but then he speeds off and Augie's like, oh, T-Bird. And then the Wraith is parked there and he just crashes into it and explodes and flies off the cliff and explodes even more.
Jules says things like, oop, classic Wraith move. Pulls up ahead of you and turns his car sideways so you hit him.
Yeah. He doesn't give a fuck. He's got 3 more.
I'm a ghost.
Yeah. Wraith.
I'm here to kill you guys. This is going great for me.
And I think this is when we see the Wraith standing there and it disappears on his arm.
Uh-huh.
And you're like, oh shit.
He's here to kill people, but also
he needs to get rid of his braces.
Get his dick wet.
Well,
his ghost dick.
Yeah. And he do.
He do. It gets some
very wet.
His ghost hands get up on some real titties.
Yeah, some titties in there, boy.
You're jumping ahead. Why are you doing
that?
Why?
And so now Randy Quaid's like, who killed him? And they're like, we don't know. Chief, look at his eyeballs.
Isn't he like, he really gets up in their faces demanding what's going on with
I think he actually reaches underneath one of the rib cages and grabs his heart. You like that?
No, sir, I do not.
And Sherilyn Fenn is just tore up.
I think it was a Wraith.
Augie. And she's crying.
Yeah, and none of his gang cares, but she cares.
I think Skank's even sipping on some scissor. And so now, eventually the Wraith works his way through all of these guys. A couple more guys. At the same time, Charlie Sheen is kind of forming a relationship with Sherilyn Fenn. We see them kissing in a whirlpool. Like a natural whirlpool, though. Like an eddy. This
is where they go hang out in a little bucket of water.
He's in the water up to his tits, and she's sitting on a rock above him, looking down on him, and they're trying to have a heartfelt conversation. And then she slides into the water, trying not to like give herself a wedgie with her bikini because she's on rocks. Mm-hmm. And then they start kissing. Oh, I love you. I don't know why, Jake. And he goes, don't worry about it. And maybe they have sex, maybe they don't.
I assume they did.
So they're in love, and they're driving around on his motorcycle, and then Skank and Fun Boy fucking roll up on him. Hey, get the shotgun. I don't know about no shotgun, Skank. It's like, your boss told you to stop him, but he didn't say, oh, and in the process, kill her.
Right.
While you're at it.
Because he loves her.
He does, forcefully.
We didn't explain.
But they haven't consummated their love yet. Because she says, I never made love to you, Packard.
But you never told anybody about the murder.
Oh, yeah, that's right. So Billy's brother, Jesse,
I guess,
he was dating Sherilyn Fenn, and they were having sex. And it was red.
Little shack in the woods.
It was red lit.
Yeah.
Like the Crow.
And they're doing it real good.
Yeah. She's just pegging the hell out of him.
Oh.
And all of a sudden, Packard, fire it up! And they burst in and, whoa! They're throwing knives and
they stab him.
They cut the shit out of his back. I think they whip him.
Oh, was it just stabbing?
I don't know what they did. I couldn't watch. It was too gruesome, to be honest. And I think they cut his neck. They give him a fucking Zeus.
Okay.
And dispose of his body to some extent. And that's when Packard kidnaps Sherilyn Fenn, basically. Gives her a promise ring. You're mine.
Yeah.
She goes, oh, God. We never see her parents.
You don't see any parents, do you?
No, and that's what's weird. Because like he'll just roll up on the kids at the burger stand and everybody just runs away because it's like, yeah, who is this weird fucking violent old man?
Are the only adults the police? Is
Yeah.
this Children of the Corn, but there's also a mild police presence and no longer any corn worship?
Yeah, because you would have thought there would have been like an older chef or cook, right? He sits him down, Billy, man, don't get caught up with that Wraith. I hear he's from the cosmos. Ooh.
He might try to lure you in with them flashy cars.
Mm-hmm. They tried to steal Billy's car via race.
Yeah.
Come on, Packard. I won't give you the burgers with the mayonnaise and Thousand Islands you like.
And then we made fun of him for diluting his Thousand Island with mayo.
Yeah, what an idiot.
Fucking pussy.
Typical Packard. The Wraith does show up at their warehouse and takes out his Spaz 12 and just starts shooting everything.
It's stupid, man. It's like, all right, this is cool. He's just going to start murdering them.
No, he just shoots the shit out of cars, hubcaps.
It's not really fun.
For some reason, the guy's on the roof.
He's so scared he climbs all the way up there to hide.
He farts his way up.
Oh, you think that's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you get scared enough, man, get launched.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it happen 100 times.
And now I have to wash the ceilings so you get nothing.
Is that from something?
It's from Willy Wonka.
Oh,
Learn about it. The original, not Wonka.
I saw some of Wonka. It was nice.
Kelly watched Wonka. She thought it was the best Wonka yet.
Okay, so he shoots the fuck out of that place, and it's pretty lame.
Packard's
and then,
like, do me. And he goes, he doesn't actually go anything. I think he flips open his mask real quick. And that's when Rughead sees his face and he goes, it's fucking Jesse or whatever. Because then Rughead later on, he actually quits the gang.
yeah.
And Skank and Funboy are in the barn. And the fucking Wraith just comes flying up, hits the barn, and it just goes nuclear.
Everything I see always explodes into a ball of flame.
And like microscopic particles. It's like, it's not just the wall shoots off. It's like every piece of the wall just disintegrates. Like you're in the fucking Inception dream. It's so fucking awesome. But it's not powerful enough to kill Rughead, who's only 60 feet away from it.
You really like these explosions, huh?
Yeah.
Because
they're real. They really blew the shit out of that thing.
yeah, you got excited in the most dangerous game when that shit exploded too.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I love it.
Okay.
I love it, man. They don't
cool.
blow shit up much these days.
No, it's CGI fire.
So now the heat is on because the Wraith, he's just going to kill Packard now. And they race. Cops are chasing them.
Uh-huh.
And he kills Packard, right? Just
Yeah.
blows him up again?
I don't really remember.
I don't either now that I'm thinking about it. I feel like it'd be too easy to just blow him up.
I think he's standing outside the car.
Does he, like-
Packard tries to charge him down.
Does he like put all of his pain into him?
There's
honestly-
7 minutes of stabbing, all for you.
In alphabetical order.
Oh.
I can't actually remember what happens.
I think he's standing outside the car, and Packard thinks he's going to kill him in his Wraith uniform, and tries
How?
to smash because he's driving his car into him,
Oh.
and then that's the explosion.
Oh, right. He stands there and Packard's like, yeah. And then he's like, oh no. Because then he sees the cars driving towards him. It's a total Knight Rider car and kit move. And they just, whoosh, and it just explodes to hell. The director tried to explain why they had the black eyes and the rest of their body wasn't damaged at all.
Did you listen to a commentary or like read up on this?
I read
or
up
what?
on this.
Okay.
And he said it was like akin to like when some people get electrocuted by lightning, you know, their body shows no like anything, but they're burned or something in that, or whatever. I don't know. And they were like, what is that? Why? And so I guess when he was editing the film or when the film was being edited, every time the car hits the other car, there's like a freeze frame, almost like blast of light real quick, if you know, to symbolize that's their brains taking a snapshot right before they die. And that somehow doesn't allow their bodies to be desecrated.
No.
He's hoping for a Wraith too. So he's trying to build up the lore, I bet you. The expanded Wraith universe.
Is there going to be a Wraith too?
There hopefully will be.
Will you call Charlie?
Yeah, we can de-age him.
Wraith 2. We at it again.
The Wraithing.
Yeah.
So that's when the Wraith pulls up to Sherilyn Fenn's house and he morphs into Charlie Sheen. He goes, "Surprise, baby." And she goes, "I knew you were a different guy. Now it's Charlie Sheen. I knew it."
But
kiss.
Are you my boyfriend from before?
Mm-hmm.
The only man I've made love to that was murdered in front of me?
And he also gave the car to Billy because he goes, "You deserve this, man." And then he's leaving and he goes, "Hey, what's up, bro? Where you going?" And he goes, "You said it." And he leaves. And he comes running out, "Jake!"
What a shitty brother just
Jake!
leaving. Jamie! Why wouldn't you give him some closure?
I know, tap his dick. Made you look.
Brother, I love you, and I'm so proud of everything you've become.
Instead, here's my car.
Yeah.
That you don't have the deed to.
You make burgers real good.
Mm-hmm.
You should turn on the hood fan.
You're going to get
die.
melanoma, Jonah.
Yep.
From all that burger smoke. So that's the Wraith, man.
Him and Sherilyn Fenn, they dirt bike out of town.
And then they turn into light?
Well, I don't know.
Maybe.
It's sort of, we went back and forth on this because it's sort of implied it's like, we're going to heaven together. We talked about that. But then we're like, no, maybe they're just starting up a life. Like he's alive now?
Yeah, you can't just take somebody to heaven, you know.
Well, he breaks her neck and then they float away together. It's like Field of
But then he
Dreams.
goes to hell. So that's the Wraith, man. I think it's got some solid action considering, like the car stuff. The shooting stuff isn't very good, but there's very little of it. Why is he walking around with a big ass shotgun if he could just kill them all right there?
Yeah, I wanted him to.
And ended his Wraith wrath.
Yeah.
Right there.
He's got to do it. He's got to kill them with the car because they killed him with the car.
No. Yeah. Now that you mention it, why does he need to do vehicular homicide?
Because they're car horny.
Why not just, you're right there. Packard's daring you to kill him, and instead he just shoots his car.
So you...
Car's dope as fuck, too.
Okay.
God damn. If I'd had a toy of this when I was a kid, I'd have been vrooming all over the place.
Yeah.
Packard's a douche. Sherilyn Fenn's a nothing burger. Billy's actually doing a lot of things with what little he has. And Randy Quaid is actually kind of enjoyable. He doesn't have enough to do, you know.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen, man, he's looking good. He's doing fucking some heavy lifting considering it's like this was probably just so he had enough money to buy a Porsche.
He says almost nothing in this entire movie. It's always very short sentences, answers to questions until the end when he picks her up and then he goes talks to his brother a little bit.
Yeah.
That's when he's delivering the dialogue and then the dialogue is bad.
Yeah, it's all nebulous and platitudes and cliffhanger questions. And
what's your score, Julian?
For the Wraith, I had never had to have given it a score before. And now that I think about it, it's a tough one. I'm going to give this movie a 6.5.
What? 6.5?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You gonna give it an 8?
Oh, fuck. I'm going to give it a 5.5, and I feel a little bit bad. You could almost give it a 6. The bad guys are so fucking stupid, man. The dialogue is so bad. This doesn't make any sense. It's fun. It's terrible.
Join us next time
for a Jason pick. Clay pigeons. We'll see it. Maybe you like clay pigeons. Check us out on Instagram, Reddit, Facebook, YouTube. Instagram, did I say that?
Yeah,
We Doing Filmographies. I don't know. You can email us at wedoingfilmographies@gmail.com. You can give us a phone call or text us at 763-634-1897.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
Please do.
I have to text and call myself every once in a while so the number doesn't go away.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to be the one that makes it stay.
You can also rate us on Apple Podcasts. And by doing so, you can suggest a movie that we will watch. That's it.
We'll see you with clay pigeons.
He's been Jason.
I've been Julian.
Good night.
Good night.